Hello, Mauro.
Good morning. How's it going, man?
Going good.
I mean, we just saw each other 30 minutes ago, but
Yeah, but nobody knows.
exactly. We have to show politeness.
Those rude Kairos guys. They meet
Yeah.
Monday morning, they don't even say hello.
Oh my goodness. Horrible.
Okay, Ettore is gonna join because we saw him 30 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
And I see
Chaka's on
William
vacation. Mhm.
is on vacation, but he seems to be pushing stuff, so maybe he comes. And Chaka is on vacation, so I don't think he comes. Right?
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Tore. Morning. So I guess we get started. Or
Yeah, let me move this there. Let me share my screen. All right. So welcome to the planning call. High level, we are done with the tickets for 4.2.0, which means we will probably have a release this week. We could have started on Friday, but with all the dependency bumping and everything, there was no way we were gonna make it, so we didn't even start. But yeah, we can see where we stand now. And having said that, let me actually open the roadmap. We did move some tickets to the next release because they were kind of blocked on hardware and processes, so we didn't want to wait for the release. So this is 4.2. This is under review. It's only a cleanup on AuroraBoot. It doesn't have to block the release. It's completely separate, and it's only removing an old script which is not used anymore. And William expressed the interest to participate in the next release and see how it's working and how we do that.
Mhm.
Mauro, you pinged him. I saw you pinged him, and you were trying to find uh, a slot that works. But in the meantime, we can, of course, merge, renovate PRs, fix security reports from OSV scanner, all the things that delay the release.
Yeah.
And maybe you can do just the final tagging and whatever, right?
Yeah, indeed.
So,
Worst case, there's always
mhm,
a 0.1 patch release,
mhm.
right?
Yes, yes. The one that actually works.
It's done in all software.
Yeah. And then some tickets from 4.3 seem to have been completed already. So let me start organizing things. We can discuss. But I think this week is going to be mostly cutting the release, polishing things, closing what we have in progress, and reviewing things from the under review column because there are a lot of them there piling up. Um, but if we have time, we can start picking stories from 4.3. So let me go back to the planning board. Anything you guys want to bring up before we start looking at tickets?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going on Friday, so a little bit short week for me. Other than that, Ichaka is on vacation. He's not coming back this week. So, yeah, even less capacity. And Mauro, you just came back last week, so I guess you are picking up stories and catching up. And I think we are applying on for various conferences that are coming because things are starting to move in autumn. So when people are
Yeah.
coming back. So yeah, we have to make sure we apply in time for the various conferences. All right. So what was done? Some of these tickets were just closed because we have a Torres bot pinging us on old tickets, and then we realize how old they are, and we are closing them. So let's see. NVIDIA Jetson, I don't even know what this is. Merely closed.
Yeah, this is working.
Version response, okay. The fix was where? AuroraBoot?
No.
Kairos.
Kairos init. Kairos init. It's all in Kairos init.
All right.
Configuration of the pod, SPI, some PRs on SDK, but mostly it was
Okay.
init.
Okay, so it's for Jetson then. For Thor now, trigger EFI capsule update. Again, Kairos init.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It's,
Okay, same ticket. Coco documentation that was about the non-Hadron one, which we already got fixed, and I just updated a paragraph that explains where we stand with the Hadron one, and done. So, end-to-end test for Kairos agent, that was an old standing ticket about missing end-to-end tests. I added them, so it's done. That's a PR. Restriction for schema validations. I think I just closed it. It's from 3 years back. Yeah, the bot suggested that we close it. It was partly done and no longer relevant. The rest of it. Run Kairos. Okay, I closed it this morning. I don't even remember. I opened it back then. I don't even remember which Qualcomm board it was. We just wanted to try to do, I think I said Kairos agent upgrade, but what I meant is maybe install like the takeover instructions. I probably meant something like that, but I don't even remember, so I closed it. Oh, not that. I mean, if it's open for 3 years and nobody pushed for it, probably we don't need that, right? It's a good indication. Documentation of bundles, this was done. We have documentation now. An old ticket asking to add tests for documented features, very vague and probably already done and irrelevant. A blog post, how to use config chain loading. I think we already have that in the docs. Yeah, we have it in the docs. No need for a blog post. Automatically extract package updates for release change log. We do that nowadays. Our release notes include changes in the various components. Custom data source API server. This is whoa. This is 4 years old almost. And we have the config URL and it's working since years. Oops, again, wrong. There we are. OS Builder import bundles from local tasks. Okay, even mentioning OS Builder proves how old this is. And we can reference local files since I don't know when. So closed it. Harbor registry with local path. It was asked years back again. I asked a couple of questions, 3 questions here, no reply. Closed it now. Add the table of Kairos embedded components to the release. We have that. Automated selection of smallest or biggest disk. I think this was also simply closed because we now have the custom script flow where you can do whatever you want and then you output the device and done. So we don't need any complex logic. Just implement the script, pick whatever disk you want, and you have it. So done. Link to Contributor.dev. I saw you merged it, Mauro.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Contributor.dev. Is that something people actually look at?
I don't know how much it is used, but it's part of one of the CNCF ways to
Okay.
promote, working on open source projects. So, William knows about it, I think.
Yeah,
Look.
I know quite a bit about it. It's being used a lot. That's one of the reasons. One of my first issues in Kairos repo was to add the label good first issue. Often the Linux Foundation does cohorts for new contributors, and they say, look at good first issues. So it's quite good to have that in Contributor. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. This is how we appear there. So these are tickets people can grab and work on.
At least one place to look for them, I guess.
Oh, SAMP operator. My God. Definitely not relevant. And I see these are all old tickets. So, okay, being a contributor is one thing. Having relevant tickets is another thing.
Maybe the point is we should clean this up as well, right? Follow up on those. Either close them or... it's good that we looked at it, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then...
Hello, sorry. I dropped out. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. The file does not exist in no size or specify. I think we just closed it because it's no longer an issue. That's not an old ticket. Yeah, okay. So it's working until upstream releases. Upstream is you, Ettore, I think. But we have released, haven't we? So it's in this pull request, the fix. This pull request is from April. And we certainly have newer releases in YIP. Because YIP got a release 3 weeks back. So it's already in some release, and I'm pretty sure we bumped it. So all good there. Add MAAS data source. It was only missing documentation, which I added. Should be linked down here somewhere. Yes. So the documentation is not very long, if I recall correctly. Just this little, it's quite some. It explains how to build an image and upload it in MAAS and use it. So hopefully that's enough. The code was already merged in previous sprints. Idempotent node claim endpoint for a group. That's part of the work to create the AuroraBoot CAPI provider, right? But we don't call it that. We call it something else. William, what do we call it?
Sorry, I was distracted. Could you repeat?
No, this ticket is work for infrastructure, CAPI infrastructure provider.
Yes.
So
Yes, absolutely. This is the Cluster API Kairos fleet. So
that one.
Yeah.
And where do I find it?
It's a repo. No, hang on. Let me. If you list all the repos, it's gonna be one of the first ones. Because I've been working a lot on it. Just yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Cluster API provider Kairos fleet. Okay, wanna say a couple of words about this for people watching the recording? What is it? How ready is it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a CAPI provider to provide infrastructure management, the infrastructure side of the contract to the Kairos CAPI provider. meaning we at the moment we have the Bootstrap and Bootstrap provider and the control plane provider. This provider here is for the infrastructure contract, meaning that AuroraBoot will act as a provider of machines to the Bootstrap and the control plane provider. So, namely, a user can now register nodes in AuroraBoot and prime them with a Kairos Linux distribution, Kairosified Linux distribution with K0s or K3s, and then Bootstrap and Control Plane can claim those nodes to create one or multiple clusters. This close a bit the circle on the providers. Does this help?
Yep. Without reading the README, I see you have various links. It means it's documenting how to use it.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The preferred way to install it is with clusterctl. You can use a flat manifest to install it. However, the preferred way is just to use clusterctl and register it. The plan is this week, and I was gonna discuss this at the end of the call, but the plan is this week to have both this provider and the Bootstrap and Control Plane provider opening the PRs upstreams to add them to upstream CAPI. One of the requirements is that the providers are in stable release, not in beta release. So given that this provider is only going to do that job, and at the moment it does it quite well, I'm inclined to move it in the next couple of days to stable release 1, whatever that means, and then to move the Kairos CAPI provider as well to stable release 1, meaning 0.1. So meaning that we can open the PRs for adding it to CAPI, and they're going to be part of the next CAPI release.
Makes sense. I wonder if the documentation should be moved to our main page. I mean, the pattern for the other repositories, including the operator, is that we keep them here. For example, the operator has its own section and actually its own versioning. See? Oh, by the way, I don't even remember how to do that, but we have to bump it. We're past this version. But yeah, just to be consistent, maybe we should create a documentation section for the CAPI providers here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will do that. I do have, I am a big fan of keeping the documentation close to the code. So what I will do, I will have the documentation published in the Kairos docs, but I will keep it also close to the provider in the repo, if that's okay.
Okay, as long as they don't go out of sync and such. But yeah, we can discuss it on the PR. Okay. Maybe just some examples here. Don't have to duplicate it. I mean, you can have the more technical side of it on the repo, which makes sense, and you can have examples on how to use it, more high level, you know, for the end user and how to consume it. Maybe some examples here. And also for discoverability, because if people are just browsing our docs, it's nice to see that we have a CAPI support on Kairos. So they don't keep asking us in KubeCon. Yeah, exactly. How about CAPI? Oh, let me find William. I don't know how many times I said that last time.
Okay. We'll do that.
All right. Going back to what's that? That's what we were discussing. Same story, I think. Expose no address. That's also part of the CAPI epic. Right, malform phone home allowed commands, bug fixes, I guess.
Yeah, this is well, myself and also the Ethereum agent have worked on this. It's fixed. It's there were comments that so the agent was passing commands that were not that well. There were syntax errors in the command. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Phone home reset command always fails. That's the same story?
Yeah,
or
but
not?
that's fixed.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's fixed. Yeah. Also, this one, the agent and myself have been working on this.
All right.
Sometimes I just don't understand what the agent is talking about. So.
Decouple Dracula verbosity. There was a request because it polluted the logs, making harder to find other logs, and we split in another flag or something. Yeah. Reserve Dracula verbosity for trace logging. That's in Kairos init. I'm not sure if it's documented though. Keep drag normal verbosity following for debug. Enable drag verbosity only for trace logging. It doesn't say if it's user specified. So we just disable it for everyone. Info users, okay. Bug level, trace level, okay. How do we expose it? Get Dracot command, okay. Which decides based on the zero log trace level, passed down by logger get level, whatever that is. I don't see any docs. Who did that? Ettore merged it. Ettore, your bot did that. Do we need to document something?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's really just aligning the debugging messages.
So we just disabled the verbose logging. It was verbose always or something.
Yeah.
And now it's following
Now,
the setting. Okay. All right. Okay, template config URL before fetching. These stories here, 1, 2, 3, are all the same thing. So I'm just gonna show you actually the docs as well. There should be one for docs. There it is. So I'm just gonna show you the docs and explain what it is. There was a request that you could put things in the config URL values like this. So you could identify which machine is requesting the config URL, so the remote side could serve different configuration based on which machine asked for it. So something like this. That's the use case. And now you have these values which you can use in that template. And the fix is in Nimocore, in Kairos agent, and the SDK. That's why you see 1, 2, 3. That's the SDK agent Nimocore and the docs which I showed. And this was a 4.2.0 ticket, so it's done. Bump NFS utils. Nothing, just bumping. Combining various renovate PRs, this was. This is a refactoring, quite a big of a change. Nothing user-facing, CI work. Just keep in mind that the Hadron Docker file now, after merging this, is not something you pass down to Docker and build it. It's a template. We don't have a Docker file anymore. And there is a make target to create the actual. So I'm going to show you what it templates. It templates these things. See? Versions. So what we did here is, because sources are coming from various different locations, we always had one that failed. So getting all of them to work means you needed like 100 servers to work simultaneously. And last week we really had trouble. We weren't that lucky. It always failed because of some server. So what we did is we extracted the sources in this nice sources YAML where you can see which version we need, how it's consumed in the Docker file. So this is what you look for in the Docker file. That's what it renders. Of course, there's a checksum, so we know we're pulling the right thing. Mirrors, so we don't just support one URL, we can have fallbacks. So if one doesn't work, like this one was failing constantly last week, now we have a mirror, and the file name we save it like. And these are all the not all. There are a couple of them that are bash scripts that are pulling their own, but it's most of the dependencies in here. So there's a make target that reads this, replaces the values in the Docker file, and then you can build the Docker file. And we push them to GitHub registry, which means the Docker file is not gonna. So there's a job in CI that first reads these sources YAML, pulls the sources, pushes them as container images, container artifacts to the GitHub registry. So the Docker file simply has to pull them from there, like this. See, from GHCR. So they are cast. So if one of them fails because we couldn't fetch it, and you retry, it's not going to try to pull the rest of them. The rest of them have already been pushed, so they are skipped. So eventually you're going to have all of them pushed to the registry, and the job can continue without failing. Having said that, there is one more issue we have to fix, which is the toolchain action. If you go to the toolchain action in any of the builds, let's say main, let's find this one, for example. No, like this. This is skipped. Maybe this. Here, the toolchain one, somewhere, I think, in the build and push, I believe, it says, I'm not sure if I can find it. See, it's pulling. Anyway, it complains that the manifest is bigger than 1 megabyte and completely skips the cast image. And to fix that, it's more complex. I tried various things with Claude. It's not that straightforward. I think it's somewhere here. Build, cast from. I don't remember what the message reads like to look it up. I think maybe it's somewhere in here. No. Anyway, so the toolchain caching doesn't work, and we have to fix it. Maybe it's in this job. I don't know. I don't want to take more of our time here, but this is another thing we need to fix to make the Hadron builds fast again. All right. Moving. What did I skip? Yeah. Installation guide or AuroraBoot disk MAAS reference, we already discussed that. The MAAS documentation, the templating of config URL. Unlock files on disk encrypted before looks to bug reports. Did we verify it was indeed a bug? Legacy unlabeled partition. Okay, this is making it work with older partitions that didn't have the label. All right. This is fixed. This is the fix in SDK. This is the configure docs. OSV scanner reports. I'm not going to look at it, just bumping depths. Make live ISOs boot on strict to FF firmware. Who did that?
Bot.
Yeah, the bot, but why? I mean, what was
I think it
failing?
was. I think there was internal issue related on this. Maybe you remember, Ettore.
Actually, Dimitris, you started the PR.
Yeah.
I was picking it up because it was sitting there and we're waiting. So.
Yeah, okay. This was mine, a draft one. This is completed, but mine has a better description, Tori. You see, my code is better than yours. So, what was the problem? We were not producing the hybrid ISO, I think, correctly, and then the binary didn't point to the right location. So it was broken in at least one Ubuntu, and I don't remember the use case in which it's broken, because obviously we do boot ISOs in CI, and we all do that all day long. I just don't know the specific case. I can't remember the specific case in which it was broken.
I also double checked, and it was like there are two FEI files, and we were picking up the installation FEI file. And
Yeah, true.
Ubuntu have a specific one. So.
Yeah, so Ubuntu ships two of them. One is for live, the other is for installed systems. The live one has more, I don't know, modules built in, so it detects other partitions, and we were picking the other one. So yeah. Anyway, this is fixing it. So, okay, external contribution in the operator. Now you can set limits to the build pods in the operator when you're building OS artifacts. This is nice. We didn't add that to the node operations because we don't know if people care, or at least maybe it's coming in a separate PR. But yeah, this is just for OS artifacts. Contributor we discussed. This we discussed. It's the refactoring of the CI for Hadron. This is the docs for the resource limits above. And this is cleaning up scripts. So now AuroraBoot can build images for all the NVIDIA boards like it does in Go code. So the legacy scripts we had, the bash scripts, are no longer needed, and this is cleaning them up. And oh, it's missing the PR for this one. This is just the docs, but there was a PR which wasn't linked. Yeah, this PR. So you can now specify different names for the artifacts, but that now introduced a new bug, which we're gonna, describe here, but we're gonna pick it up later. So Bogdan, I think, Bogdan offered to fix it as well. So it's coming, but keep it in mind that if you specify the ISO name and you ask for a netboot artifact as well, it's going to fail because it's looking for the old name, whatever. It's not respecting the custom name, but it's a separate fix. And that's it. I'll clean this up. If there are no objections, I'm going to archive this. And let's see, we have quite some stories under review.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oops, how did this happen? All right, uniform. This, I think, is done with a cleanup. That's all it missed. Yeah. I think we can close this. It was just waiting for the... But where is my comment? I think I had a comment on this one.
You can still remember comments in the agent era? Man.
It was a comment I made personally, me, myself, as a human. I'm going to close this because this was just waiting for the cleanup. But I remember we commented somewhere that this is waiting for the cleanup. But anyway, closing the issue. It's done. It is done. Archive that. All right. This was an old ticket picked up by someone in the community, I think. That's why I moved it here, yes. So we have pull requests. I hope they are linked. Yes, they're linked down here. So that's why it is here. So the same way we track how the Hadron images are growing in size or going down in size, ideally, we wanted to track the on the Kairos side as well, the ISOs, and that's what these PRs are providing a history. The one PR is just calculating it and writing it in the CI job, but it's not persisting it somewhere. And the second PR is creating a long living branch like we do in Hadron, storing the results of each CI build so we can have a table and see and a graph to see how it's growing. And it's gonna look something like this, which is very
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
Very cool, yeah.
So we did point to so it was based on the work on Hadron, so it should be pretty similar. But yeah, we need to review and merge. So please, whoever has time. Next one. Actually, let me put the. Can't I? The video.
No, while they are not part of the
But I can do it
org.
on the pull request.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, all right. Anyway.
But that's kind of good because it should be owned by someone in the team, right? Like the issue
Yeah,
to follow up.
But I can move the trials because we already worked on that. Okay, proposal Kairos product naming. You were gone, Mauro, so we didn't do anything.
Yeah, I would keep it blocked until HK is back, and I see we're already doing some changes, right? Because the new project William is working on already includes the flip name, for example. So yeah, maybe we have a better feedback now that we're all back from vacation.
Okay. This one was waiting for Olivier to pick it up again.
Yeah,
And
I think he made some
fixes.
Nice.
So we have to re-review.
Yeah.
Address all review comments. And then the questions, okay, now so it's unblocked, we have to check it again. Add Helm chart, that's also from Olivier. I think this is also unblocked. Agents MD for Kairos IO. I think you can merge it, Mauro. I think I approved, or did I make some comments?
You made some comments, and I am addressing what can be addressed, and then I would say we can merge as a V1, right? And if something is broken or if people think it's broken, we can just change it in a new issue.
Yeah, sounds good. This is again the Helm story from Olivier. I think this needs the others to be merged first, and Copilot has quite something to say about docs. So ready for the review. We have to check again. I think we fixed that, Ettore. Ah, no, it's still open. Because... Okay, update with rebase. What kind of QA does it need? I don't know. It has a test. Do we need more?
Yeah, because we don't know. We need to check what QEMU is reporting when running in virtualization, just if we... I mean, it should be fine.
Sorry, the dog was hearing the AC was on and she wanted to come in. Okay, that needs QA, but it's talking about QEMU, and QEMU is exercised in CI, which makes me think it's already tested, no?
I don't know if CI is checking if the QEMU guest agent is coming up and these kind of things, right?
Grep. Enable.
I don't know if if CI is checking the system, the services up, after the boot. Probably.
Okay. So let's take this offline, but need someone to review. And by the way, I'm going to ask Copilot to do that first. Right. And that's this. Add support for NVIDIA DGX pack that wanted someone with a board to test. That was you, Ettore. Did you find time for it?
Yeah, actually, I started really late last week. So it's
okay. The agents MD we discussed. Build ISO. Okay. These and these and these are around the same thing, mentioning 2 bugs in AuroraBoot. We need to try to reproduce it. I reviewed one of the PRs. The PR. There's only one PR, this one. And actually asked Claude to implement 2 tests that prove that the PR is not fixing it. So I posted the findings on the PR itself. These are my comments. This is the review from Copilot. And then this is the finding from Claude and a test that proves it doesn't work. So we are waiting for a response. Actually, I could also approve the workflows, but I want to check first if there's anything fishy. No, just tests. Okay, no new lines. So I'm going to approve the test, but doesn't mean anything. As far as I can tell, this is not fixing it. So we need to see what exactly the problem was and find the proper fix. Or they do. Track ISO sizes, that's what I said we have to review. One of the PRs, the other PR, which is putting it in like memory in a permanent branch. Consistent name for cloud config file. Be consistent in the docs, you mean? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pointed out by someone in the community that you don't really know if it's the same config or some other config. And I went with cloud config, the full name, even if it's a bit longer, just to be completely clear. I thought that was best. But it's just a mechanical change.
Approved. Can actually even merge it.
Nice, thank you.
Merge.
That's how you do a security.
No, man, I did review. Didn't you see? I scrolled through it. It was all just there.
It's all recorded in video.
It's docs. By the way, docs have the NPM dependency, and that's where you get all the security problems from, right? From NPM.
Yeah.
Update dependency imcore to 0 to 20 to consume, I guess. Yeah, okay. This fix for the legacy partitions, and I think I approved that, but it's broken.
We should just merge.
We cannot.
It's broken.
Yeah, probably because what?
Oh,
I think I've seen that before. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more try before we dig into that.
Yeah.
Let it fly there. All right. So, okay. We have to focus a little bit on reviewing to clean this up. We don't want to add more stories before we clean this up. So that's one thing for this week. What do we have in progress? These are applications for conferences. This is...
Yeah. The bottom one is accepted. I need to work on it this week because it's recorded next Monday. And this one is for a session in Argentina, but it's recorded. So that's nice. And then this is just a tour. I just noticed that not all of our repos have the proper access that is defined on the governance. So I'm just cleaning it up, but that should be quick. And I plan to get back and finish the RISC 64 story. The only part missing right now, it's Hadron, but it's Kairos Init is working well for at least 4 distributions. So I think it's time to just let that go.
All right. Okay, and someone offered to work on this story. There was a question if we will have an Anthropic API key, because that's one of the ways to fix it. When we proposed that, I think we had something like a Torres bot doing that or something.
Yeah,
so maybe we can say, maybe we can say we'll pick it up because we don't have a key, right, in the repo. I mean, everybody has their own subscription and whatever.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it would be nice if we had the pipelines there, or at least the scripts, and then we can pass it down to whoever has a subscription to whomever's bot, right? And so what I mean, have the sources in the repo, but not a pipeline that does that. So we can run the scripts from the repo using our cloud or whatever. Maybe that's one way to solve that. I'm not sure how you define your agents, Ettore. Is that local AI?
No, it's really a codex. So it's codex on a cron, basically. This is what it is.
So it's your own cron implementation, or does Codex give you
No, it's my own.
a way to set it? Your own.
No, it's my own. It's waking up, and checking the box. So I have like 4 or 5 prompts to it that are doing periodically, and this is how it is. Very simple.
Okay, so maybe all we need to do is put the prompt in the repo so that we can consume it. So let's say your subscription expires, right? Someone else has to pick it up. So having a way to just quickly spin up a job and do that. Maybe that's all we need to do.
Yeah. Cool.
But not super urgent. It was just an idea we came up with last week. So that's all we had. Like I said, we need to get the release out, and that usually involves fixing OSV scanner reports, bumping devs, merging, renovate PRs, babysitting CI to get it to green state and release all the binaries, and eventually getting the release out, bumping the docs versions and whatever. Usually these take a couple of days at least. And there are some stories open here from Mauro. And from myself, if we're done with that, I have to ask internally what's going on with the. So we made the request internally. There's a process for procurement, so we're waiting to get our hands on hardware where SEV-SMP is supported, so we can test Hadron on the host with that. In the meantime, we changed the default in the what was it called? The repo in the confidential container side, so that the binaries are statically linked. So the next release hopefully is going to have statically linked binaries. We don't have that yet. So some work is happening behind the scenes, but we still need to get our hands on the hardware to continue on that. So that's what I'm gonna try to push for this week. So other than that, we can start picking stories from 4.3. I'm not sure if we really wanna pull them in. Maybe we can have a look. What's going on now? What's that? No, I want you there. Roadmap. All right, 4.3. That's what we'll be working on next. Quickly, let's see what the topics are. Security hardening, conformance tests, self-assessment for baseline OpenSSF org, dry run support to Kairos init. So I see security, I see CI improvements, I see salsa compliance. This is a carryover ticket from previous releases. This is Cluster API work, I think. Bug fixes in AuroraBoot. Documentation, salsa again, CAPI work, and Coco. So we still have salsa compliance, some security hardening, probably part of salsa again, continuation on Coco, and CAPI work. These are the topics as far as I can tell. Am I missing something?
That's good.
All right. So this is a little bit vague. Small ticket. Nobody picked it up yet. Is it blocked by something?
Are we even fully level 2 compliant? I thought we had something missing there.
No idea.
This is mostly to figure out if we can. So if we can do it with GitHub, right? So that would make it easier for us, right? So it's more spike-ish.
All right. Spike means I'm not pulling anything. If any of us runs out of work in the planning board, we pick this up. So gain more understanding on what's missing and start, you know, maybe adding tickets below this one, sub-tickets. Sub-issues already has one. So yeah, I leave it open. I think, and I'm suggesting that we leave it like that. We get the release out, the 4.2, which actually should be, how do I add it? I should do in progress. That's what we'll do this week. Yep. So we'll try to release 4.2, and if there is time left from this and reviewing and whatever bug comes in, then we start picking up stories for from 4.3. Does it sound like a good plan?
Sounds good to me.
William, are you good on the CAPI side? Want us to put more concrete stories here?
No, I'm good. My plan is to stabilize both and start pushing upstream.
Sounds good. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop sharing now. And if there's nothing else, have a good week.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.